I think some of the ideas that are circulating around how to correct the problems that have resulted from the sexual revolution, from the feminist movement, uh, our current postmodern era, uh, some of the problems that have arisen, uh, basically being blamed on female dominance in various institutions, I think is very unfair. Um, for whatever reason, if there's a majority of women in a particular institution and ideologies or um, views or trajectory of plans tends to shift, we blame it on the fact that, well, their primary leadership switched from predominantly male to predominantly female. But if that same institution continued to be ran by men for many years, but along those years, their ideologies switched, people would simply say, well, that institution was taken over by individuals that have a completely different set of ideology. Why isn't that language used for when women take over? If women take over, because these groups of women decide to skew the educational system or the political system in a particular direction, oh, it's women that are changing things. But if men for thousands of years decided to change political direction, religious direction, educational direction, it's simply a new group of men got into power and decided to change things, not men decided to change the political framework, the religious framework, the educational framework, and then, our society changed. So I'm not knocking the question as to whether or not female influence has had an impact on our modern day way of living. But I think it's a particular type of female influence that has done that, because only a particular type of female is interested in being in these positions of power or in the ideologies that they're promoting. A lot of women don't align with a lot of leftist feminist viewpoints. Do they have the power? Do they have the ability to influence college institutions, educational institutions? No, because they don't put themselves in those positions of power. But it's not a female problem, it's a person problem. Women are not the issue. It's a type of women, just the same way it would be a type of man, because Nero was a bad guy doesn't mean all men are evil. No, it's a type of man that went askew and decided to push horrible era on the people that he was in power of. There are also bad women. It's not like it's women that are the issue and that we need to take away women's right to vote, or that women are so sensitive that all of a sudden the country is skewing Democrat. Be that as it may, more girls align with Democratic ideologies in their youth. I still don't think it's a female problem. It's those people. Those people were taught to believe a certain set of ideologies. The same way countries don't align, because one country was taught to think a certain way, and another country was taught to think a certain way. We don't say that the genders are the result of why those countries aspire or align themselves with certain religions or certain ideologies. It's mutual across both genders or across both sexes. But for some reason, if women start gaining a majority and pushing an idea in a certain direction, it's all women that are responsible for this huge shift. And I could not disagree with that more. Rachel Wilson, who wrote the book Occult Feminism, she does a really good job of expressing how the feminist movement was not embraced by many women. Many women did not want the feminist movement, and yet it is named the feminist movement, as if all women got behind this push. Could not have been further from the truth. So I think it's dangerous that we're having discussions about repealing the 19th, that taking away women's right to vote will solve everything, that the fact that, women are in charge of educational institutions is the problem. No, it is an education issue. These women that do have places of authority have decided to use that as a way to promote their failed ideology. And it's just as simple as that.